Can I borrow your lighter? Thank you. Come on.
That's all you really need to know about this game. You would pretty much take control of Chloe, which, it's a really interesting story because you want to know what happened. Because throughout the whole thing of the first game, there was always this character, Rachel Amber, and everybody was like not telling anything. Like, who the hell is she? She really did. They did say stuff that how she was. Certain people knew her, but in a way, it was very hush hush about her. Like, who the hell was she? And so it makes it way better if you picture it that way. Like, who the fuck is she? And they captured it in this one, but in a way they kind of made it bad in a way because throughout the whole time you assume that she died, and there's even a point in I want to say episode 3 where you're like, okay, this is the reason why how she died is because she stood up for herself. But no, they did it. They didn't even. It's like she disappeared, and just the way this ended with in the cliffhanger, which I always thought that and in Life is Strange 2, they would continue on from this because this would have been a great, interesting thing to understand, like the more mystery of Rachel Amber in the way. That's why I thought they were gonna go with, but they've completely changed it with two people, and I'm like, no. That's why I refuse to play because it doesn't have Max or Chloe. Because throughout the whole thing, yeah, they might have certain cameos from the games, but it don't make sense in a way to put put away what is what, and it should have continued. Yes, but yeah, obviously we know that this is mostly about Chloe and her ways of becoming rebel. But in a way, they put her as very nerdy. She's not her badass self until she meets Amber, Rachel Amber, until she meets her. But that's pretty much it. It's just like you think of her as this badass in the first one, but also she has more of a darker life. I mean, I understand that her dad are left, like her dad left, and we all thought that that's the way it should have been, but her dad passed away, but it was more relative. But it does tell the story of how her mom met what's the fuck his name up. Met up her stepdad and all that stuff, met him and all that, and it does pull a toll on her because she's like, really, this fucker. But like you have to understand, like throughout the ending of the first one, he does come to the rescue and does save her and all this stuff, does save Max and all this stuff. So in a way, it is kind of a thing to say, like, listen, it is what it is. It does, in a way, go with the first one, but also it kind of doesn't, because this would have been a really perfect answer to understand where Rachel came in, where Rachel, disappeared. And like in a way, it's just like they bring up Rachel as this, this badass, but also she's a student and all this stuff, but it's kind of not what you think of it as, and it's just really, really like, But yeah, they could have continued on with Rachel in this one and set really flat, because like I said, there was a point where, I must spoil it for you, where she literally, like, you assume that this is how she's dying, and she's slowly dying because of that, and that's the reason why she died, not just she disappeared. I mean, it could have been that, but they kind of changed it off way different than what it is. So yeah, it's not as you think it is, but it could have been. It could have been way more. But I actually like it. I mean, it's filled to the rim. The soundtrack alone, that song that's in the beginning of this video is, I love that song, and it's been, and like that opening, that part where I showed where Chloe and Amber Chloe and Rachel are literally pissed off, is because it's like there's twists and turns throughout this whole game, and that's what makes it good. That's what makes the games perfect in a way, is because all the twists and turns, and I can do this with one hand, which is cool. Yeah. And so it's just a perfect game, but it has twists and turns. It is just like, in a way, it's way better, because I think I like Chloe more than Max. Max is very geeky in a way. Chloe is just like that hardcore person, like you love, but she does have a heart. But it's because the struggle and the stuff that she's been through made her like that. It's just like you. That's the thing. Like when you are out in the world and you change things, you wonder what in the world is gonna happen. It's pretty much how life is. It changes you, and sometimes it's for the good and sometimes for the better, but at least they keep their heart in it, and they do some of this stuff, but in a way it's completely different. But yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy this game. It's really dirt cheap. Play the Life is Strange. It is a very story-driven game with your own choices in a way, but I recommend, if you want to know, start with this one. Actually, before that, when you get this one, it should be automatically on it, and it's the bonus. It's called Before the Storm, or it's where Chloe. It has Max and Chloe in it when they're younger. So start with that part, and then go with this one, and then work your way into the first one, because it does make sense. This is a prequel, but they do have a prequel inside of this, in this game. If you get a brand new copy, which is really, you can find it really, really dirt cheap, brand new, and it's worth it to understand before all this stuff. So yeah, it is a really, really, really pretty good game. I recommend playing it if you want it, and it's great. The music, honestly, I would say play it for the music, play it for the story, play it for the dramatic things, play for the drama. These games are serious. Life is Strange, this is the reason why I hooked to it. It is one of them, like I said, it is a really, really beautiful game, and I don't regret having multiple copies of Life is Strange, and I don't care, because it is one of those games that if you have multiple copies that I drop, you will love this game. It is perfect. It is a great game. Now, will I play number 2? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, playing these back to back is just like they're like you can beat both of these games, and depending how you are and how you search for everything the way it is, you can beat both. Especially this one, you can beat this one maybe in a day. The other one in a day or two, is how long it is, but it's amazing game. This Life is Strange series is a beautiful game. So yeah, thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day. I gotta go. I say bye bye. We'll play the game. Bye.